Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy, and today I want to talk about the state of things in Meet Your Maker. Things might not be as good as they seem, even though we recently got the patch that addressed, the corrosive cube exploit, the harvester being killed at spawn, people de-ranking from quitting out or deaths, and numerous other minor things. It all feels like too little, too late. I mean, the exploits were allowed to go on unchecked for far too long, and it definitely cost us players. And while the people who were using the exploits could give a crap less that they cost the game players, I mean, that's less people playing your maps, and honestly, I imagine that a fair amount of the exploiters are probably going to be moving on here before long and possibly dropping the player count a little further. But if you look up the Steam chart for the active players, it's kind of shocking. And I looked it up right before throwing this video together. The 24-hour active player count peak on Steam was 329. That is just ridiculously low for a game that's only been out about a month. And that count is roughly around 80 to 90% less than what it was at launch. And while I realize that Steam is only part of the puzzle, it is telling us what is going on overall with the game and how healthy the game is. And I'm telling you right now, it's not healthy at all. It is not doing good. It's bad, to say the least. Now, a large part of this is due to the game itself. The game, in a sense, was built to run players off. As dumb as that may sound, that's how it works. Builders are, for the most part, rewarded for building the most evil and vicious things imaginable to get the most out of their base. They are not rewarded for making a balanced map or a more user-friendly map. They are rewarded for building the most evil and vicious things imaginable. Now, you would think the accolades would matter, but sadly, that's not really the case. Building evil things, that's what matters. And the players, as they go through, and they constantly run into evil base after evil base after evil base, and they reach a point where they just go, why am I still doing this? This isn't fun. I'm not enjoying this. Going into an evil douchebag base time after time after time. And they quit. They go play something else that's more enjoyable for them as a player. And on the builder side of things, of course, they're kind of pigeonholed into building horrid maps. But they're also, they're kind of stuck. If you want to run multiple bases at the same time, it is extremely expensive. Thus, why you end up with more evil douchebag bases. And they have to go out and, run other bases repeatedly to help get the funding to keep their bases active. So then they run into douchebag build after douchebag build, and eventually they get burnt out and leave. Not to mention, they don't have that freedom, of building, with as many block variants as they want, as many paints as they want, as many decals as they want. They're very much limited on the amount of freedom they're given. But they are hardcore aimed towards building crap. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything that could save this game in the long term. Because as it stands right now, the foundation that the game is built on is a flawed idea that may have sounded good on paper, but in practice, it doesn't work right. Honestly, I find myself wondering, would maybe doing away with you're rewarded based off of kills, just do away with that entirely. Make it you're rewarded off of accolades alone. But allow for the raider to give as many accolades as possible. Maybe force them to pick at least one. And I think another way to take it a step further would be show the raider the freaking accolades that the map has gotten. Why is it only the builder sees the accolades? Wouldn't it be more useful to the raider for them to look and go, oh, look at how many people have marked this as being fun. Oh, I'm actually might go play a fun map this time. And it would help eliminate a lot of the little minor issues, I would think. But then again, I mean, common sense is, yeah, I need to stop using that because apparently a lot of other people aren't using it and they seem to be doing just fine. There's definitely ways they could make the game better now, in the near future, or something. But the bigger problem is that they've ran off 80 to 90% of the player base. How many of those can they get back? What are they going to do to earn those players again? Or earn new players? I'm going to tell you right now, the rewards for the season we're in, the first season, I'm not impressed. You get a weapon skin, an armor skin, and 4 decals based off of what tier you are in rank. I'm master rank 300 and something, which ironically is like a hidden leaderboard in the game. Once you hit master, you just start counting down to where you are placed against other people. At least that's how it seems. And yeah, it's just the rewards suck. And a lot of players are just dipping out. Let me know your thoughts. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.